So, let's see here. Let's just go into the second question, because then there's some resources that I can really share with you from there. Let's go with the second question. Second question. Any good youth group kickoff ideas? Well, listen, it's still back to school time right now at the time of this video. So having a good youth group kickoff. I'm currently coaching a young man who is, we talked about in one of our sessions that we had about kickoffs. What kind of kickoff do you want? And they're going to do, we talked about it, we kind of, tossed around some ideas. And one thing that he really felt about the direction of the youth ministry is one of service. So I asked him, I said, well, do you have any service ministries in your church? Yeah, we have a food pantry. I said, well, why not get your kids on board to fill up that food pantry now, instead of waiting until October or November? Because obviously, I say obviously, but many churches have this where they have resource, right, to the community, right, to put together a bag or a box of groceries for holiday season, Christmas, Thanksgiving, so forth. Well, why not take September and take 4 weeks and have a can drive? And so their kickoff event is going to be service driven. I know that kickoff events, first of all, kickoff events are fun. And you can have a kickoff event anytime. You can kick off fall and back to school. You can kick off the new year. You can kick off spring. You can kick off summer. So for every season, there is a kickoff you can have. So it's not just one kickoff. You can have 4 to 5 kickoffs in a year because you're kicking something off. Maybe it's new curriculum, a new series you're doing. You can do a kickoff for a series if you want. So I know we think of kickoffs being the one thing we do at the beginning of a year, but I think you can spread that out and you can say, okay, there's a lot of kickoffs we can have. We can have kickoffs. There should be maybe 4 or 5 kickoffs throughout the year for various things, right? So as far as kickoff ideas go, you can, it's football season, right? You can do a football kickoff. It lends itself to the season, right? But back to what I was saying about, that's football. But when I was coaching Austin, we went through these ideas. We talked about a can drive, and the can drive is all about helping and connecting. So the deal was in this kickoff and how we planned it, and it's connecting the church and the youth ministry, which I think is very, very important. So they're going to do can games, right? They're going to do like can bowling, like just stack cans, and you're going to roll a cantaloupe, right? You can roll a cantaloupe or something, or an orange or something where you're going to do bowling, right? So you do can bowling. You do stack cans. How many cans can I stack? So in the process, you're setting a goal. Say our goal is 500 cans. And so they're going to do 500 cans. They're going to do a big celebration at the end. Winning team or winning a person who gets the most cans or brings the most cans can sign in and say, hey, I bring so many cans. There's 10 cans. Every week you add it up and the winner gets maybe a can trophy of some kind, right? So there's different ways of kicking off. A lot of people kick off for outreach purposes. Nothing wrong with that, right? That's just one method. We're going to kick off, do a big thing because we're doing evangelism, or we're wanting to introduce many of the new students to our program, and we want them to invite new friends and new people to check out our youth ministry. So the outreach can have multi-layered purposes. This can drive can do all of those things. It's service driven, but it's also connecting the church. It's also inviting new people. It's also, fun, right? So it can be outreach. It can be all the things. It just happens to be service driven. So think through, when you're thinking through your kickoff ideas, think, what do I want to really communicate with our students? About service? Is it about evangelism? Is it about discipleship? Is it about what kind of kickoff are we doing here? What is the vision we're trying to put forth for the year? And it can be pure fun, by the way. I think you should have an opportunity within the kickoff time. Not necessarily you're going to preach a whole message, but at least you're going to set the pace for the year. You're going to say, I'm going to share vision for the whole year. This is who we want to be. This is who we want to be, right? So other things, right? In the summer, you can have a pool party. If you live in a sunny area, Florida, West Coast, where it's sunny and warm most of the time, Hawaii, Arizona, right? All those places, you could do a back to school pool party. You could do a beach party. You could do blacklight night. I've done several of those, where you just do a blackout night and it's glow in the dark night, right? And I think I've done blackout or blacklight basketball somewhere on my channel. If you search my channel for blacklight basketball, there's an event right there. There's a game for you right there. You could have parents versus students, right? A fun family night. If you say, we want to drive home the point that, listen, it's all about family this year, then look, do parents versus students in 3 or 4 fun games. You could do a Bible quiz with them, right? All those things. You can do paint wars. You can do a foam party with, you could have inflatables, right? Where you have the big foam ball pit or something like that, right? You can have mini golf. The event doesn't have to take place at your church. It could be somewhere else. In fact, Austin, the young man I'm currently coaching, invited all their kids for ice cream. So they went to a local ice cream shop and just connected with people. So you can do that. That's something you can. That's something you can do to, just connect. It doesn't have to be at your church. If you have a smaller youth group, why not do it at a location that'd be fun, like miniature golf or Top Golf or bowling or whatever it is. The kickoff event doesn't have to be super, what do I want to say, labor intensive, right? It doesn't have to be labor intensive. It can be where you say, look, we're going to go somewhere. We're going to go to the local pizza place and we're going to have pizza there. Maybe you can find a place with a meeting room. Right? You can find a restaurant that has a little meeting room, rent that out, and have a meeting with, if you have a small youth group, just have time with parents, right? Hand out the calendar, hand out all the things, the resource packet to your parents, that kind of thing, right? So yeah, you can, if you want to go big, get a food truck or an ice cream truck and prepay that food truck. Food truck, we got 50 kids or whatever we have. I'm willing to pay you for 25 meals and just give them away, right? So yeah, is an average meal $10 probably, or they'll make you a deal on it. They'll make $250 where maybe they would not have made anywhere something on a Wednesday night or a Sunday night if they're not located somewhere, maybe not a big event. So why not pay the ice cream truck or the food truck in advance, pay them up front and say, guys, go get your food. Just go ahead and you can get, this is what you're going to get. And they can pre-prepare them, all those kind of things. So these kickoff ideas, when you're going through a kickoff idea, think about what it's for. What's the vision? What am I trying to tell parents? What am I trying to tell students? What am I trying to communicate about the church? What am I trying to, all those things. So there's great kickoff ideas, and you use it in your context. Not all of the ideas I just mentioned will work for your context. So you have to find the right one that's going to work for your context. So I would encourage you, as you're looking through another one, Battle of the Sexes is a fun kickoff. You want to do a guys versus girls thing, right? If you want to do, I've done those. Those are fun. I mentioned football earlier. Why not do a pass, punt, and kick event, right? Why not say, look, we're going to do a passing thing. We're going to do a punting thing. What did I say? Pass, punt, and kick. Yeah, so I may be kicking, maybe like you take something from, College Game Day, right? Where they give away money for a field goal. And maybe you say, well, we're going to do it at the local high school football field. And maybe they'll allow you to use it, maybe probably not. But you could do it and say, hey, if you can hit a 10-yard or 15-yard or 20-yard field goal, you win something, right? So there's all kinds of possibilities to that you can do, whether you want to go super big with inflatables or you want to keep it small at a local ice cream shop and just invite your small group of parents, say, hey, buy an ice cream for you guys today. Join me over there. Would love to connect with you. So I think there's value in kickoffs. I think you have to think it through and what you're going to use it for. Let me offer, by the way, a couple of resources that you might be interested in concerning this. One is if you're looking to relaunch your youth ministry, I have a free resource All you have to do is sign up for my newsletter. And by the way, the link's down there. Let me see if I can drop a link here. So let me share the link. If you're interested in a relaunching strategy, you want to do that. Let me go ahead and drop it in the chat here for you. Just sign up for the Youth Ministry newsletter. It's the Youth Ministry Roundup, and making some changes with that even to help you a little bit better find what you're looking for. Relaunching your youth ministry. All right. And let's put that right here. And if you want to sign up for the newsletter, you can get that. There we go. And we got one more question to cover today, and then I'm going to be done. So once again, if you want your question answered in this stream, now would be the time to ask it, because I'm going to go and I'm going to move right through this. So let's see here. What else do I want to talk to you guys about before I jump into that? So I'll talk to you about the relaunching. Let's go ahead. That you can also find by a great kickoff event. Talking about kickoff events, the Youth Pastor's Guide to Creating an Epic Nerf Night. We try to do one every year around November. We call it Nerf November. And so if you are interested in that, you can find it over on my website in my store if you're interested. And I'll put a link down there to that. That would be a great kickoff night. You can do a parent. That's something that goes, you can do Battle of the Sexes, Nerf Night. You can do parent versus student, Nerf Night. It kind of fills a couple of, fills in a few blanks, if you will. So I want to encourage you to look at something like that. Once again, links will be down below as well. Let's see here. And I have this link. This is not one that will take but a moment to have. Let's see. Here we go. So let me go ahead and share this with you. If you are interested in this, you can drop over to the store, which, by the way, the store has a ton of stuff in it. There's like 75 different kinds of resources in there. There's lessons, there's holiday resources, there's all kinds of good stuff there. So if you want to check out the store while you're there, let me encourage you to do so, because you might find something you can use. So let me put this down here. Nerf Night. I include games in there. I include suggestions from Amazon as to what kind of things you want to, blasters you want to get, those kind of things. So don't forget about that. And then before I jump into one more thing here, I want to show you a lot of these resources that I'm sharing come as a part of my Youth Ministry Playbook. And that is it's an all-in-one type of thing, organizational tool for youth pastors to help you do things like plan your youth meetings. How do I do this? How do I plan a calendar? How do I put together events? How do I do youth meetings? Especially if you're brand new. And you say, I don't know anything, Paul. I don't know how to do all this. So I try to do this. I try to take my 35 years worth of experience and give it to you in the form of this playbook. Because I say, look, you don't need a planner. You need a playbook. A planner comes to you blank, and you have to fill it in. Versus this is a playbook. It tells you how to fill in your planner. And like I said, it comes with, this is mine right here, by the way. You can copy it all off. This is my playbook right here. I keep it in a binder, and sometimes I carry it around because it makes me look smart. It makes me look like I have. And right here, in here I have, my, Youth Pastor's Guide to Creating an Epic Nerf Night. I keep those things in there. Other things that I have in there, I have, my meeting, my different lists for, my teaching schedule, right? Those kind of things. Let me go ahead and I'm going to take this down here so you can see a little bit better. Okay. This is my blank one. I just keep a blank one in here for now. I have my other teaching thing here. So it comes with a teaching preaching schedule to start writing down. It has things like a self-care checklist, because I think that's important for youth pastors to have. It has, meeting checklists, things that you need as a youth pastor that are going to help you do the things that you really want to do, the things that are going to help you be a successful youth pastor, and doing the things which you can is doing family ministry, having great meetings, great events, all for the purpose of sharing the gospel and making disciples. That's why I called it the Disciple Project, is because the ministry of that, because I think the whole goal is to make disciples. That's the whole purpose of youth ministry. It's the whole purpose of church. It's to make disciples. It's not to just have big shows or big events. It's there for a purpose, and that is to make disciples. All right, so if you're interested in that, feel free to check it out. There'll be links down in the description for that as well.